Feels like a decent one. Oh yeah, first one's a 20 for sure. Beauty. I was just jigging this 3-inch Berkley Gulp minnow jig with a 16th ounce black head. The body itself is white. It's probably not quite 6 a.m. almost November, but it's pretty warm out. That's a nice walleye. Anything around here that breaks 20 is nice for sure. Not trophy by any means, but it's a nice one. Oh, it's more like 18.5, 19. Just kind of chubby. Usually when they're chubby, I think they're a little longer than they really are. Really hoping to get into 26, 27 plus today. That's what I've been hoping for a while, but it's definitely a decent one for sure. Not bad. Good first fish. Walleye followed me up and hit right next to me. Whoa, slipped. These rocks are super slippery, covered with algae. Oh, wow. I saw him follow me up right there. I saw the flash and then he just nailed it. I was standing right on that rock and he hit 3 feet out. Gotta be a solid 19, I would guess. Let's go check quick and let him go. Oh, yeah, just about sunrise. Glad I got another hit though finally. Thought I was starting to lose hope. It's a decent one. Another decent walleye. Really want a monster though, that'd be great. I'm on that same Berkley Gulp 16th ounce minnow jig. Pulled down the shank a little, but yeah. Yep, dead on 19. 5 to 24. Him with the white light for you. Yeah, decent walleye. Nice long one, lanky. Not very fat like the other one. There we go. A couple more casts, another hookup. Starting to heat up for now at least. Hopefully you can see it. Should be able to with the sunrise, see the rod tip. Not a huge one, but a nice, another decent one, I'm guessing. Yep. This place is super hard to fish right now because there's so much fishing line caught in that current. Every cast, if I cast straight out in front of me, I catch that line and my line gets caught in it. Oh, jig just fell right out as I grabbed him. It's another decent one, probably solid 17. Yeah, you can probably see him there. Yeah, probably right around 17. I won't bother measuring this one, but maybe 17 and a half. There's one. Awesome. I'm just kind of like swimming the jig upstream in the current. Not even jigging it this time. He nailed it. Not a bad one, another decent one. If I were keeping them right now, I'd have 4 keepers out of 5, and it's not even sunrise yet. Yeah, beach this one, because why not? That's a solid 19, probably right around 19, but chunkier. Awesome. Decent fish. Consistent. At least 18 and a half, I would guess. And that same little Berkley Gulp minnow jig keeps sliding down, but you get the idea. 16th ounce head. black with little chartreuse eye. Check here quick. I'm just starting on the 5 because this ruler's busted at the very top, at the the very end of it. So, and subtracting 5 to 22 and a half. Makes him 17 and a half. Yeah, probably a little longer than he really is, but definitely seems like 18, but I guess he's 17 and a half. I'll believe it. Yeah. Whatever I got on just rolled right when I got it. That was weird. Is that a walleye or a smallie? Might be a decent smallie. It's jumping a lot. Yeah, looks like a smallie to me. See the bronze? Looks like a decent one. Oh yeah, nice one. Not bad. Getting right into the shallows here. Oh yeah. That's a nice smallie for sure. Solid 17 and fat. Awesome on that same minnow jig. Real fat 17-incher, I bet. Let's measure them here after we get them unhooked. Sweet. Glad they're all staying hooked today. That's always hate it when they fall off the hook. Might need to get the hemostats out. I have some in my pocket here. It's hooked real good. Just give me a second. There we go. There's the jig. Get the hemostats off my hand. Make sure I don't break my pole. Now measure him quick. Five to just about 22. So make some 16 3/4 or 17, right between those two. Yeah, decent smallie. Fun guy. Yeah, right around there. And go. Awesome. Another fish. Walleye. Little guy. Same minnow jig. Probably a 13.5-incher. Another walleye, I think. Yeah, decent one for sure. That would have been my limit. If I were keeping them, I would have limited out. Awesome. One of the faster limits I've ever gotten. Yeah, it's 18-incher, I gotta believe. Right around there. Measure them quick. Just because I'm wondering. Good walleye bite. A lot of fun. At least 17 and a half. 5 to 22, 17. I'm like off on all of them just slightly. But it's still a nice walleye. And that jig. Swimming the jig along. Got another fish. Another decent walleye. Awesome. It's number 7. And that same exact jig. Probably right around the same size as the last one. 17 and a half. 5 to 22 and a quarter, 17 and a quarter, I think. Awesome. There's the jig. Alright, hopped over to a new pool in the Susquehanna. Had a walleye right away, first cast. Awesome. It's the 7th keeper of the day. Not that I'm keeping any of them, I'm letting everything go, but that would have made it for sure. That's like a 17. Gotta be a solid 17. And I'm using a 4-inch Gulp minnow now with a 1/8 ounce head. There we go. He hit it on the first cast. That was the second cast. So basically I went to the Susquehanna River this morning. You saw that. And then I went to work for a bit. And then, you know, like a few hours. And then I came down here. This is a river feeding into a lake I've hit in a lot of my videos. I'm just going to try off this wall here because it rained a little bit. Usually this is good when it floods slightly. The water's a little high. See if I can get him unhooked here. Yeah, I got him on that 16th ounce black fleck root beer color meanie jig twister tail. It's like a 14-15 ish. Start him on the 20, I guess. 20 to 35 and 35.25, so that makes him 15.25. Awesome, nice little smallie, decent size. Let him go here. It's a good sign if you get one on the first cast. Just twitching that jig along the wall. Go. Awesome. Hope there's more. Should be. Haven't hit this in forever. Wow, small guy. Never even fell back down in. I lifted him up and he came all the way up. Alright, another smallie. Right around 12 inches. On that same jig. Beautiful twister tail 16th ounce meanie jig. Black head, chartreuse size. Might be a 11 and a half, somewhere right around there. Baby. Man, I love doing this when they're here. A lot of fun. There we go. There's one. Oh. I'm on the other side of the bridge now. This wind keeps making it really hard, especially when it starts gusting. Strong gusts, like 20 miles an hour it feels like, I'm guessing, but whoa, shoot. Snapped the line. Wow. Right as I lift him up there. That's probably like a 16. And that same meanie jig, or right around there, 15 and a half maybe, I don't know. Something like that. Decent smallie. But yeah, the wind keeps, when it gusts like this, blows a line in my loop, makes the jig not move right, at the right depth and whatever. Alright, 4 to, get a good measurement, 4 to 19 and a half, makes him 15 and a half. Yep, just what I guessed. Check out without hemostats here. There we go, there's the jig. And there's the fish again. Let him go over here. This is an easy spot to walk to, so I don't have to throw them. Oh. Let's see here. I'll get to it. Oh, other way. Other way there, fish. Not into the leaves. It's kind of ridiculous. Doesn't know where it's going. Other way. There you go. There's one. Bit it twice. 2 taps. Another decent one. Oh, man, he's a fighter. Yeah. Love this spot, except for I hate lifting them. It really doesn't work half the time. I'm gonna try and get down there. As tough as that is. See if I can. So I don't want any more breaks today. Oh man. Not using very heavy line. So even these fish aren't that big, but I don't want them to should wear my waders. And I could have stepped down there. Left him up by the jig. Close enough. Alright. Another decent smallie. 15.5 plus. 15.5, 15 3/4. I was right around the same size as the last one. Take care of that in a second. Tangle in the weeds. There we go. Same jig. About the same color as the water. It usually works for a pretty good subtle presentation. They can still see it somehow. Works pretty well for walleyes too if they're hitting. If you pick some the same color as the water when it's murky. It's pretty good first choice sometimes. Let's see. 2 to 17.5 makes them 15.5. Yeah, right around the same size as the last one. Let them go in the same spot too. See, this is the wind I'm talking about. It's terrible. Real blustery. Bunch of decent smallies. It's pretty cool. Definitely a lot of fun. Maybe I'll just let them go over here. Then I won't have to, yeah, there we go, it's a little deeper. I don't have to kneel. Awesome. Come on, 20 plus. Come on. There's one. Something. Largemouth. Weird. Cool. Little largemouth bass. Probably 13.5, I'd guess. And the same jig. I haven't caught a largemouth out here in months. Can check quick. Backwards, I guess. 35 to, or 36 to 23.5. 3.5, that's 6 point, Yeah, so it's 12 and a half. Yeah, makes sense. Decent size, but not very big. Smaller guy. I wouldn't really consider one of these guys that big unless it hit like 20 for a northern strain, I guess. I've gotten them bigger than that though. I've gotten them up to like 23. Why do they keep going the wrong way? Little guy. Just kind of sucked it in. Didn't feel a tap at all. Baby Smallie. Oh, he fell off. Shoot. There he goes. He was like 11, 12 inches. Somewhere right around there. Probably closer to 11. There's one. Ooh, better one. Oh yeah. I switched to a 4-inch curly tail jig in brown color. Oh, he's actually not that good. Shoot. I thought he was like an 18, but that's why he's caught on someone else's fishing line. He felt heavier. Weird. Maybe I snagged that. I don't know. This is gonna be awkward now. I don't know what to do. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's okay sized. Decent. Seemed like an 18, but he's more like the other ones, 15 and a half-ish. And this brown curly tail jig, 1/8 ounce. Check quick. Just because I'm wondering. Part of the ruler, it's actually straight. 15 to 30 and a half. That's 15 and a half. 3 15 and a halfs in a row. Pretty weird. They're the exact same size. Different fish though, I think. Gotta be. Yeah. Alright, let him go here. And this guy fought harder. Because I swore he was a bigger one at first. Alright. There's one. Oh, perfect. I've been working this little micro jig for a while, trying to see if I can pick up a spooked one, and that's probably the best one of the day so far. It's not a 15, I don't think. Tiny little 32nd ounce micro jig type thing. That's a nice one. Oh shoot, he popped the hook. Man, you gotta be kidding me. That's what I was using, that little micro jig. That was at least 17, I think. Like, without exaggerating. Shoot. Oh, that sucks. Whatever. What can you do? hits on this tube, dragging it through the channel. There's one. Yeah, little smallies. Right around 13 and a half on this little Christmas colored tube jig, the flat color, you know, green tube jig. But yeah, just a small guy. Let him go. There's one. Awesome. Fighter. Just hitting all these spots all over again, each corner of the bridge with that tube jig. Oh, don't go near the fence, that's a bad idea. That'll cut me off. Looks like a decent one. Might hit 16, I'm guessing. A little bigger than the others. Except for that one that I got on the micro jig was probably bigger than this. Had to be. Definitely. This is still a decent one though. Alright. Yeah, it's a decent one. Slightly bigger than the others probably. Go tape them and let them go. Let's see if I can get the jig out on the way over. Tube. There we go. Popped it out, just that little Christmas color tube. Should have brought the tape measure with me, but I feel like seeing how long he is for a second, I guess. Yeah, pretty chunky one. Real chunky. Look at that belly. Fat bass. Alright, I'll just let him go in that little corner there once I see how long he is. I missed a couple too, which bugs me. One right here I missed. That felt pretty good. I didn't miss him, but I kind of pulled out of his mouth when I set the hook. So tube jigs are kind of my last resort. It's hard to get a good hook set with them sometimes because it takes them a moment to eat the jig. Alright, let's try and make our lives easy here. 15 to 32. That makes him a 17. Cool. A little bigger than I thought. I think that one I had right there was at least as big as this guy. He was probably, one right there was probably 17 and a half, maybe. Right around there. This one's a nice one. Not bad, real fat 17. Yeah, maybe I'll get a quick picture of this guy for the fishing contest, I guess. Not a very big fish, but biggest one I caught today for smallmouth, I guess, so might as well enter in that category.